Hello everyone, how are you doing? It's Ryan here, and we're going to be doing a complete OS walkthrough, complete UI walkthrough of the PlayStation 4's PlayStation Dynamic Menu, which is what Sony's calling this UI. So we're going to go through the whole entire thing. I'm going to try and show you pretty much every single bit about it if you happen to not own a PS4, or perhaps want to see everything for yourself and just kind of know where everything is. And we'll just get familiar with it, because obviously this is the new UI Sony's put into the PlayStation 4, because they're kind of ditching the XMB from the PS3, but it still kind of lives within the PS4's UI. But here we go. Obviously, we're logged in already. There's really not much to see in the prior screen. You click the person you want to log into, and I'm logged in right now to my main account, which is Ryan Benecki. So you can see in the top corner I've sort of chosen for the Facebook integration. And first thing, obviously, is the What's New section, as we've talked about before. As Sony's talked about before, this is where you're going to see all these status updates from all your friends. So you've got so-and-so played Battlefield, so-and-so did Blacklight Retribution, or so-and-so earned a trophy over here. And this this list is just, it goes on for over and over of all the latest status updates. And if someone shares a clip or something, and of course there's advertisements right there, and you can like certain posts and all that. And it just keeps scrolling. That's all it is, really. You move on forward, and this is arranged in the order of how you're using them. So, for example, I use the internet browser before Resogun, and then before TV and video services. So this may be different for, however you're using your PS4, how you'll potentially be using it. TV and video, obviously, these are all your video services. So you've got Amazon, Redbox Instant, Netflix, all that stuff, right? This is all the apps that are currently available for the PlayStation 4. And these are just links to the PlayStation Store. These are not the downloaded things. The things with the arrows means I don't have them. If it doesn't have an arrow, that means I have it, and I can jump right into it instantly. And of course, the main list up front really is just a horizontal view of all your games. So you can see I have Resogun. As you can tell by the icon on the bottom left of the actual Resogun picture, that little spinning circle reticule thing, that means the game is currently on, and I have it suspended. So I can jump back into it right now if I wanted to. I was looking at my high scores. So here's Resogun. You hit the PlayStation button, you're back out. Because again, super speedy. We've got all this memory in the PS4. It's all about go speed. So moving on. Again, horizontal view. You've got NAC, Killzone, whatever games you might have. You also, Sony puts up front the Video Unlimited and Music Unlimited services, and every PlayStation 4 comes pre-installed with Playroom. So even if you do fresh installs of the hard drive or anything, the firmwares come with this. Playroom is always going to be on your PS4 to try and encourage you. Now, if you jump down into a specific app like Playroom, for example, you get that game sort of live area, kind of like what the Vita had. You've got sort of promotional material, friends who've played this, the recent activities, things like that. And again, you can like it or rate it if you want. So your library, you hit that, and you go into this, and it's everything that you have downloaded digitally. So discs content wouldn't be here. So just Resogun, Netflix, and Hulu Plus currently for my library. Again, just sort of listed in order. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's kind of cluttered right now, to be honest with you. Just a flat-out horizontal view of all your content in no specific order other than, just what you've last played. The big thing about the UI is you press the up button, and then this is where you're into sort of the XMB from what we had with the PlayStation 3. So you've got settings, power, trophies, your own profile, party chat, which of course supports, because the PS4 now supports party chat, so you can do up to 8 friends and things like that. Messages, friends, notifications, and the PlayStation Store. So let's jump into the PlayStation Store. It's much like the current PlayStation Store and the PlayStation 3. It's got large panels, obviously. The network's a little bit congested right now, so these things might take a little bit long to load up a little bit. But it's remarkably faster than the current PlayStation Store on the PS3, and I'm going to assume it's only going to get faster as the network kind of gets some stress alleviated from it. But here's the store, obviously. You've got only PS4 content, so things like Warframe, Killzone, and then, advertisements for Sony's services, NBA, all that. Again, much like everything we've kind of already seen before, redeem codes, all that. You jump back out, and you've got notifications. So here you're going to see just notifications, a new message, new friend requests, a trophy I've earned, invitations that you might have received, whether it's game invites or party chats, game alerts. I currently have none. Downloads, these are all the things that you've currently downloaded. Your progressed ones will be up here. These are already all finished. and your uploads, which would have game clips being uploaded to the cloud, or, you know, screenshots, things like that. You go to your friends list, obviously, and this is your friends list. Again, obviously PS4 supports 2,000 friends, and it's going to actually display all these friends, unlike the PS3. So they're all here. Sorry to... Actually, this is all of you guys. You guys are going to be seeing this first, my subscribers. So this is all you guys. Like I said, I told you guys to add me if you want to. That's my PSN's Mystic Moon. You'll see it in a second. Go ahead and add me if you want to. I still have plenty of spots open, but this is all of you guys, so you're on the internet. Then again, they're all here. Just one big giant list. There's a way to find players on PSN, just entering in their ID randomly, which is a good way to jump into other people that you somehow. It's one of those situations where you can't really explain a situation, but you may find yourself you may find yourself using it. Players met obviously is an important thing if you want to jump into people's games that you just met. You'll see your active friend requests right here. Name requests. So this is basically if you're a PSN profile that allows you to use your Facebook profile, your profile picture, your actual real name, people have to send requests to you for you to approve that. So, and obviously, if you're wondering why this isn't, like, the received isn't showing up, again, PSN congestion. These people aren't showing up because the network's just not working right now, obviously. It's a little slow. If I keep it here, their pictures will show up in their trophy level and everything, but I have 2 requests, so if I can go to that and approve them and let them, there we go, I can let Pentrex see my real name on PSN. So this is a PSN profile, I say yes, he can see my real name now. And then players blocked, obviously, which you now see the people I blocked. I actually blocked the 2 trophy hunters that have like billions of trophies just so I can keep tabs on them to see how many trophies they have, because why not? Messages, obviously, these are messages. Again, these are your guys' messages. Sorry that I'm displaying this publicly, but I do YouTube, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to be all right with that. So you got all these messages, and I'm going to reply to you guys if somebody calls me out. There's just a lot of them I gotta get to, and I've been making PS4 videos, or at least trying to. It's so hard to make PS4 videos when you're actively playing the gosh darn thing. And then you can see your active parties, at least party invites, how long they've elapsed, things like that. We can go to create our own party. Friends of friends, so anybody can join into it actively, or I can make it invited players only. I'll do that for now. Please wait. And I can find a player. I can go to the online friends. I can go to all my friends. I can go to players met. I back out at that. Here's my active party. My PlayStation camera's working right now. You can see it's the mic's sort of beaming up because I'm talking. It says I'm actively playing Resogun. You can here you go, your current chat audio. You can set that from party or to a current chat audio game. Current volume, you can prioritize the party chat or just make the volume normal. And you can go back to the list and view all the active parties. And I'm going to hit the options button. Oh, no, maybe I'm not. How do I close this? Leave. There we go. So we jump out of that, and you can go to your own profile, which is right here. So we go to our own profile, and this is going to be everybody's profile. This is how it's all going to look. You've got your trophies on the top right. There's my Facebook profile picture. It says I'm currently playing Resogun, my recent activities, about me, all my friends. If you want to allow your friends to be displayed, which you do have privacy settings for all that. You don't have to display any of this information if you truly don't want to. You can go to, for me, for example, because my profile, I can edit my profile, I can hit my privacy settings, or I can go to captures, which would be all the captures that I have, and currently I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have Resogun clips. Okay, well, this would be a good time to check out clips. So, since I'm currently playing Resogun, it is the PS4 actively always records your gameplay. It'll record the last 15 minutes no matter what, so we can jump into that and check out our gameplay and sort of edit it and clip it around and then upload it somewhere. So footage starts right when the game starts. I'm sort of fast forwarding through it right now. Again, clip through it, and here I am playing the game. And this is my footage, obviously. It's a little bit compressed, and it will be a little compressed wherever you choose to send it, even if it stays on the PS4 hardware, because unfortunately you can't take it off the PS4 hardware, but that's that. And then I can hit options on that bad boy. Sort, delete, preview, information, things like that. I can hit share, obviously, on that clip. and that's where it's going to take me to the actual process of choosing to upload it somewhere, which would obviously be Facebook, which probably no one wants to do. Upload game clip, upload screenshot. Nope, don't want to do any of that. Then you can go to your screenshots, and then again, video clips. So we back out to that. Trophies. Now, you do still have to sync your trophies. I'm syncing trophies right now, obviously. But here is your trophy list, and it will load everything. And it will, obviously there's little buttons under the name of each game detailing what system that, what platform that game is on. So my PS4 titles are right here. Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, PS Vita, and PS3, which actually is funny because they're pretty much revealing that that's now a PS Vita game because it's currently only available on PS3, and they would never confirm it's coming to Vita, but the trophy list pretty much confirms that. Beyond Two Souls, again, all this stuff, and then you got like PS Vita games mixed in there, PS Vita only for Draw Slasher, things like that. Now the cool thing about what Sony has done is you jump into a certain game, and each game now will show you the rarity of those each specific trophy. So for example, the Resogun Platinum has a 0.1% rarity. That means it's ultra rare. Not many people have earned it. But you go down to maybe a bronze that you pick up in the first how long, and look at it right here. This one's common. 62.2% of players have gotten this trophy, making it common. And you can obviously compare trophies, and that's where you can go to a friend, find them, and compare their trophies. Compare you against them. Jump into settings, obviously. You got the user guide, which I don't even think you need. It jumps you into the web browser, by the way. Data handling, health and safety. Again, this stuff's kind of really boring. I don't really think anyone would read this, I'd have to imagine. PSN, you go into here, you got your account information. Activate this as your primary PS4, which is something you're going to want to do to, activate your services, your game ownership, and all that for digital titles and whatnot. Notifications, here's where you can set all your notifications. We remember from PS3 we had none. It was either turn them on or off for everything that the system would notify us of. PS4, you've got a lot more options here. So you can turn off certain things for uploads, downloads, invitations, name requests, all that. Your login settings, you can enable face recognition if you want to, which is a pretty simple, painless process. If you do have the PlayStation camera, you basically tilt your head left and right, tilt your head up and down a little bit. The camera captures your face and sort of, recognizes it and learns it. And then you can log in from there. Log into the PS4 automatically, which I also have turned on, which is just easy if you're the only one using the PS4 and all that. Passcode management. You can set a passcode if you want. Yes, I would love to cancel that. Where were we just at? Notification logins, parental controls. There we go. Sub-account management. Again, this kind of sucks because the sub-accounts cannot upgrade to master accounts, but you can do all this here. Restrict the use of PS4 features. So you can disallow things with a certain passcode. Yeah, obviously it's not right. You can disallow things like the internet browser, select user login, all that stuff. Here we're getting it right here, right? And then you can set the level for parental control. Application save data management. The following application will close. Go ahead and close Resogun right now. Save data in system storage. Save data in online storage. PlayStation Plus members get a gigabyte of online storage for your game saves and all that. And you can use USB storage for that as well. That's the only sort of external storage that is supported on the PS4 currently. System storage management, so you can get a breakdown of all the files that are on your PS4, which really only breaks down to 3 things. Save data for your games, actual games and applications, your captures, and then your leftover free space. And of course, my PS4 is upgraded, so it's got a lot of extra gigs for all the hefty stuff you're going to be putting onto this bad boy. System software update, you can check for the latest system software, and it's already in. But I'd have to imagine half the time you won't even have to check this because the PS4 is going to automatically update anything you get really for your games or system software, things like that. Network, connect to the internet, set up your internet, test your internet, view connection status. Obviously, these are features we need if we want them. Sound and screen, you got your video, audio, like all these settings that we've had in the PS3. Thing about the PS4 is that you can set this, how specific games would have you set the certain area for the display to fit your display. The PS4 will do that on the hardware side, which is nice, but actually Call of Duty requires you to fit the screen, which kind of doesn't make sense since the system natively supports that. You can turn off the system music if you want. You can turn off keytones if you want. audio output settings. The PlayStation app, obviously what's available for iOS and Android, I connected my iPhone to it, so that's right there. You can add a device, and it will display a number on the app. You go to the app, and then you type that number into the app, and then you get your connection all set up and ready. And then you do that the same thing here with PS Vita if you want to enable remote play, or if you want to enable the ability to connect it directly with the PS Vita, so that's using Wi-Fi. And then from there you can add a device, which I've already done. Video playback settings, again, display closed captions or the output. Devices, here you can go to your Bluetooth devices, audio devices, controllers, keyboards, the camera, or turning off a specific device. Very basic stuff. Date and time. Hey, date and time. This is stuff that we've had on every device ever in our entire life for a while. Language, because, you know, set whatever you need, man. Input languages. Keyboard and user directory. Wow, this is like the best part of the video, huh? Power save settings. Obviously, you want to, you know, have this set if you want to save power for certain things, your DualShock 4 or the PS4 system. I'm not going to click that because it shows my like MAC address and all that. And then initialization. Clear your learning dictionary, which terms that were automatically added to the PS4, blah, blah. That's on-screen text. It'll delete things that you've been typing in and stuff that the PS4 may not have known or sort of remembers that you use in a certain sequence. Restore your default settings if you might run into some problems or if you just want the original settings there. You can delete a user or initialize the PS4. And this is for allow third parties to retrieve the data by using specialized tools. Or completely delete data from the system storage and initialize the PS4, which is basically formatting it. Which you kind of don't want to do, just out of the blue, unless you have to, unless there's a reason to do it. Power, hey, log out of PS4, enter standby mode, turn off the PS4. Standby mode puts the PS4 in a low, less power modes, and it will download patches from there. You can charge the controllers from there, things like that. That's, I mean, we're pretty much there. I mean, again, here's Killzone's player thing. Wow, it's loud. Get that off. Ghost you can see the trophy level in the top right corner, the time, obviously, how many friends are online. It'll give you, you know, to the top left, it tells you the active notifications you have going. I have an invitation. I just got a message now, that's the notifications. That's how they're displayed. The PlayStation Store icon's always here to just remind you that that's where it is. Maybe we'll start some Resogun. And show you the quick boot time of PS4 games, obviously. We closed Resogun earlier, so now we're starting it from a fresh boot. I have a solid-state hybrid drive in my PS4, which actually boots games slower than a traditional hard drive, but loading levels and certain sequences, that's where the SSHD proves to be faster than your traditional hard drive. Arcade, experience, nemesis, sure. Throw human bomb, blah, 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 blah. We know what we're doing here. Let's try and get some footage. You might have heard the DualShock 4 controller. Hey, look at that, we're playing Resogun. And then, so from here, if you're playing a game, PlayStation button, boom, you're out of the game. PlayStation button again, you're back in, and it's really speedy and really fast. So for example, let's do something like we want to go into Music Unlimited, which no one probably ever does, but I'm going to do it for the sake of learning. We jump into Music Unlimited. This loads up a little bit because the application was turned off, so we're starting the application. But we can run these two things concurrently. It's giving me some hints about how to use it. Blah, blah, blah. That's great stuff. Let's go. Yes, absolutely. Okay, sounds great. This is obviously running a little sluggish. I don't know whether I would have to assume that's because of the network congestion, or it could be firmware 1.5, which is kind of acting really odd for people. Sony really needs to patch this firmware because it's running a little bonky right now, if you can tell from certain slowdowns. But a lot of things on the PS4 UI is internet intensive, so that's why you might see slowdowns in certain areas. Now I've got Music Unlimited opened. PlayStation button. I'm out of that. I'm back to Resogun. Double tap the PlayStation button, and I'm back to Music Unlimited. So it just jumps right to it. I don't even have to go through the PS4 UI to jump back into Music Unlimited. Music Unlimited's got this little startup again. Again, it's probably, I would assume it's network congestion. I would assume. Not 100% sure. Could be the firmware, it could be the network. Maybe it's just a little bit of both. Jump back into Resogun. Resogun's really speedy. One important thing, obviously, is live from PlayStation. So this is where you can view other broadcasts, because obviously we just looked at how we could broadcast our gameplay. You can do that from Twitch or Ustream, which is that's what's currently supported right now. But you can go to live with PlayStation. You can see some other YouTubers and some other game companies around here: Mega64, Angry Joe, Insomniac Gamers, a lot of websites, people that kind of have people like community to send people to. But you can see some popular broadcasts right now, and if you hit one, you just jump right into it. And then we'll jump into this guy's random PS4 gameplay. Let's give him some airtime.
Button, right? And then this pops up. You can either click broadcast, and then you go straight to
Oh, well, look at that. He's explaining gameplay, or he's explaining UI while I'm explaining UI. Good for you, man. Give that guy a friend request. Tell him I sent you. He won't get it. Here's a little look at the on-screen keyboard. You can freely move it around much like the PS3 with the right stick, obviously. I'm just using the standard D-pad to use it, and it's pretty straightforward. It's an on-screen keyboard. One cool thing you can do is hit R3, and then now you're using the gyroscope of the DualShock 4, which is kind of odd because you're tilting the controller around and stuff to kind of use an on-screen type scenario or a cursor, but realistically, if you get good at it, which I'm trying to, it's actually pretty fast. A lot faster than if you were to just have to sift through the buttons like this. But you click it, and then you got free moving around and stuff. It's a little sensitive right now because it's not calibrated right. Maybe there, I'll get it. Okay, we're a little bit calibrated now. I'm not even typing anything. I can't see what I'm typing. There we go. Thanks. Dang. Okay, well, I'm not great at it, obviously. Oh, and right here, you can record a voice message or select a screenshot. Obviously, PS4 allows you to record voice messages. Hey, blah, 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 I'm recording a thing. I'm not going to send it to you, though, so you're not going to hear this. But if you're watching this because you're a subscriber, I believe, hey, what's going on? I'm glad you're a part of this video. Stop. And, yeah, I want to cancel. Jump out of that. Cancel. Yep. I'm more than certain I'm forgetting something because if I want to I wanted to do a very, very, very thorough, complete UI walkthrough, but I'm quite certain I'm maybe missing one or two things. But that's most of it, obviously. Sort of what Sony wouldn't show you. They just show you the bits and bobs, and they show you the cool stuff of like, hey, this is how you're going to use your PS4, because you're always living in a commercial when realistically sometimes you're not, and you just want to look at the settings or look at the links or look at how the multitasking works and certain scenarios, or if you want to see how the PS4 operates under faulty firmware and internet congestion. But this is it. This is most of it. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've learned a little something. Hope I've showed you a good amount of this UI and maybe help you make an informed purchase, or hopefully you've learned something about your PS4 that you didn't know. Thank you for watching this video, though. Subscribe for all things PlayStation if you're not subscribed, and if you already are subscribed, I love you.